Hello people, today I want to show you my new high power LED ring marker for the BMW Angel Eyes, made by MTEC. I've been looking to upgrade my Angel Eyes for the past few years. I've tried the MTEC Diamond White and Cosmos Blue bulbs. They were only slightly less yellow than the standard bulbs, but they produced less light output than the standard ones, so that was no good. I have also tried using a HID kit. They were extremely bright, both rings were fully lit like the new BMWs, but they flickered like mad, the ballast got hot, and I didn't like the look of wires hanging around. So anyway, after seeing some Lux LEDs in person, I was sold. I just had to get some myself, but I didn't want to wait for it to ship over from the US. There are lots on eBay, but I decided to go for a branded one that I'm used to. The MTEC ones were for around £140. Which was only slightly more expensive than the HID option, and it's plug and play. Woohoo! Anyway, it comes in this small box which includes the LED bulbs, resistors, and some transformer thing. I don't really know, as long as it works. I'm cool with that. It's really simple and you don't really need any instructions. So anyway, let's go ahead and install these. Before I do, here's a quick look at the standard Angel Eyes to see how yellow they are. They are very bright and visible in daylight, but I really don't like the yellow look. I've played around with different ISO and shutter speeds to try and capture the rings, as it's very different on camera and seeing them in person. The first step is to remove the headlight covers using a flathead screwdriver. The next step is to turn the bulb inwards using your hands. This part is fairly easy. Now, once that's done, simply pull the bulb out from the headlight housing and unclip the bulb from the connector. You may want to use a screwdriver if you don't have any fingernails. And here is a quick shot of the bulb we are replacing. And here is a shot of the new bulb. It's made out of metal and it feels very solid. However, the cable feels a little bit thin. Hopefully they won't break. Here comes the tricky part, fitting the new LED bulb into the headlight. The problem is, they designed the headlight for a 5-year-old's hands to fit in. I'm not exactly a gorilla, but I struggled for ages and ages trying to fit the new bulb into the socket. It was extremely painful trying to get my hands in, what I can only describe as putting your hands into a paper shredder. Anyway, after dropping the LED a few times inside the housing, and around 10 minutes of swearing, I finally managed to fit the LEDs. I found it easier to look into the headlights from the front of the car and try to align the bulb from looking into the headlight rather than from the top. There's no way to see with your hands in the way. The next step is to take the power cable from the light housing and connect that to the square ballast. All the cables are pre-wired and it's plug and play. The resistor also connects to the power cable. This stops the car from displaying error messages. The final step is to connect the cable from the ballast to the LED bulb and chuck everything into the headlight housing. Run a quick test to see if they are working, then put the cover back on. Do this to the other side and you're good to go. Here is a comparison between the new MTEC LED bulb and the standard ones. Again, I've run the camera at different shutter and ISO settings to show how the Angel Eyes may look depending on the camera setting. The camera is pointing directly at the right headlight, so it should have an advantage, but you can clearly see that the MTECs are brighter still despite being viewed at an angle. So here's my verdict of the MTEC LED bulbs. First of all, I was surprised on how bright they were, so on that point they performed much better than I have anticipated. They are clearly visible in daylight and they are very white with a hint of blue, which is exactly what I want. I didn't want them to be super bright or too blue. They almost matched the xenon main headlight colors, only slightly bluer. Would I recommend them? Absolutely. They are so easy to install and are brighter than the stock bulbs without being all yellow and nasty. Now I must say that I'm not sponsored by MTEC. There are other brands of LED like Lux or eBay versions, but I decided to try this one. And I couldn't be happier with the results. Although the HID kits were brighter, but I found the installation too messy and the inner angel rings were way too bright, even for the naked eye. You couldn't really see the inside ring anymore. I'm extremely happy on how these LEDs have turned out and would highly recommend them if you want your M3 or E92s to look modern again. That's it. Thanks for watching.